Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by. Your support helps us to reach good people like you. So with that said, today we're diving deep into one of the most misunderstood mental health conditions in our world, schizophrenia. This is a topic that affects millions of people globally, yet remains shrouded in stigma and misconceptions. As we explore this together, I want us to approach it with the same philosophical curiosity and compassion that guides all our conversations here. Schizophrenia is a complex brain disorder that affects approximately 24 million people worldwide. That's about 1% of our global population. To put this in perspective, it's more common than diabetes, yet far less understood by the general public. The word itself comes from Greek, meaning split mind, but this doesn't mean what most people think it means. Let's start by addressing the biggest myth. Schizophrenia is not multiple personality disorder. This confusion has persisted for decades, fueled by media portrayals and misunderstanding. Instead, schizophrenia involves a disconnection from reality, where thoughts, perceptions, and behaviors become fragmented and disorganized. The condition typically emerges during late adolescence or early adulthood, usually between the ages of 16 and 30. For men, symptoms often appear earlier, around the late teens to early 20s. For women, onset is typically in the 20s to early 30s. This timing is particularly challenging because it coincides with crucial life transitions: finishing education, starting careers, forming relationships. Schizophrenia manifests through what professionals call positive and negative symptoms. Now, these terms don't mean good or bad. They refer to the presence or absence of certain experiences. Positive symptoms are additions to normal experience: hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking, and abnormal motor behavior. These are the symptoms most people associate with schizophrenia. Hallucinations can affect any of our senses, but auditory hallucinations, hearing voices, are most common. These voices might comment on the person's actions, have conversations with each other, or give commands. Visual hallucinations, while less common, can also occur. Imagine trying to navigate daily life when you can't trust your own perceptions. Delusions are fixed false beliefs that persist despite evidence to the contrary. Common types include paranoid delusions, believing others are plotting against you; grandiose delusions, believing you have special powers or identity; and delusions of reference, thinking random events have special meaning directed at you. Negative symptoms involve the reduction or loss of normal functions. These include diminished emotional expression, reduced motivation, social withdrawal, and decreased speech. These symptoms are often more challenging to treat and can be particularly isolating for individuals and their families. The journey of schizophrenia typically unfolds in 3 phases. The prodromal phase comes first, where subtle changes begin to appear. People might become more sensitive to light and sound, experience confusion, anxiety, or depression. Their personal hygiene might decline, and they may withdraw from social activities. This phase can last months or even years before more obvious symptoms emerge. The active phase is when the characteristic symptoms of schizophrenia become prominent. This is when positive symptoms like hallucinations and delusions are most severe. Without treatment, this phase can be devastating for individuals and their loved ones. The residual phase follows, where positive symptoms may decrease in intensity, but negative symptoms often persist. Functioning may remain impaired, though with proper treatment and support, many people can achieve significant recovery. What causes schizophrenia? The answer isn't simple. Research suggests it's a combination of genetic, environmental, and neurobiological factors. Having a family member with schizophrenia increases risk, but genetics alone don't determine destiny. Environmental factors like prenatal infections, birth complications, psychosocial stress, and substance use during adolescence may also contribute. Brain imaging studies reveal structural and functional differences in people with schizophrenia. These include enlarged ventricles, reduced gray matter in certain regions, and altered connectivity between brain areas. However, these changes don't tell the whole story. They're pieces of a complex puzzle we're still working to understand. One of the most harmful myths is that people with schizophrenia are inherently violent or dangerous. Statistics tell a different story. Individuals with schizophrenia are far more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. They're also at higher risk for suicide, with approximately 20% attempting suicide and 5% dying by suicide. This underscores the importance of compassionate understanding and proper treatment. Treatment has evolved dramatically over the past decades. Antipsychotic medications remain the cornerstone of treatment, helping to manage positive symptoms by affecting neurotransmitter systems in the brain. However, medication alone isn't enough. Comprehensive treatment includes psychotherapy, family education, social skills training, and vocational rehabilitation. Coordinated specialty care programs have shown remarkable success, especially when treatment begins early. These programs combine medication, psychotherapy, family support, and educational or vocational services. Studies show that people who receive early, comprehensive treatment have better long-term outcomes. Recovery is possible. While schizophrenia is a chronic condition, many people learn to manage their symptoms effectively and lead fulfilling lives. Recovery doesn't necessarily mean complete absence of symptoms. It means developing the tools and support systems to live meaningfully despite challenges. The philosophical implications of schizophrenia raise profound questions about the nature of reality, perception, and human experience. How do we define what's real? What happens when our most basic tool for understanding the world, our perception, becomes unreliable? These questions challenge us to approach mental health with humility and openness. For families and friends, understanding schizophrenia means recognizing that the person you love is still there, even when symptoms are present. It means learning about the condition, advocating for proper treatment, and maintaining hope. Support groups and family education programs can provide invaluable resources and connection. If you or someone you know is experiencing early warning signs, changes in thinking, perception, or behavior that persist and interfere with daily life, seeking professional help is crucial. Early intervention can make a significant difference in long-term outcomes. As we conclude today's exploration, remember that behind every diagnosis is a human being with hopes, dreams, and inherent worth. Schizophrenia is a condition someone lives with, not who they are. By approaching this topic with understanding rather than fear, we contribute to a more compassionate world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more content. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video.